Hello, this is Clarence Green, and I'm here with Dr. Jackie Kibler. She has a doctorate in psychology, and she's currently working at our campus in the School of Health, Science, and Wellness. What a long title. But we're glad she's here. She helps us a ton with putting out great messages and things that we can help inspire our campus community.
Hey Clarence, how are you?
Doing well. How about yourself, Dr. Kibler?
Excellent. Excellent. Good to see you. So when is our event again? I forgot.
October 24th, 6:30 p.m. at the Station Center. It'll be a Wellness Wednesday event along with Pizza and Police, and we'll have a few giveaways there as well.
One of the things I noticed on Twitter we were talking about is students are talking a lot about failure and those kind of things, and we were talking about that.
And I think that's something that's very important. I think we all experience that throughout our lives. I know I experienced failure early on in my life as well as recently. And early on in my life, I experienced failure with enrolling in the police academy. I didn't do very well on my entrance exam and didn't make the first cut. And so had to buckle down and retest again.
How'd you feel that first time it happened?
It was a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, and I just had to own it and work with others to help me just realize what I needed to do and process just the information.
What degree did you just finish this summer?
Oh, I have a doctorate in education. Yes, ma'am.
Yep. So we can still be successful even with failure. So just because we fail, it doesn't mean that we're a failure. Everybody fails. But the guilt and shame is normal.
Yes.
And I think a lot of students think that when they fail, it means they're a failure. But a lot of people who are successful, almost everybody that's been successful or is successful has experienced failure. So.
Yes, I think I've probably been knocked down 50 times, and had to get up 200. I think it's just part of life and going. I think it's always good to have folks in your life that you can talk with or help you process it, whether that's seeing someone as a therapist or someone that you're just close with that can help you just process those events. But I believe it's just very normal.
It is. It is. The other thing I think that's so important is that everything's figure-outable. I think sometimes when we fail, and I've failed too.
I love that word, figure-outable.
Isn't that a fun word?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm not sure it's in the dictionary. So
Sounds good to me.
We just make that up. But I failed my first dissertation too. So since you, I worked on it for 2 years, and one member of my committee said no.
Oh, wow.
So I had to start all over again. It took me about a month laying in bed to kind of deal with that.
Yes, ma'am.
But we pick ourselves up. I had a support system. I still do. And I talk to people. I talk to you. I talk to other people on campus. You have to surround yourself with people who will support you.
Yes.
But failure is part of the process to success. It's not the opposite. I think that's what a lot of people think, that it's the opposite of success, but it's part.
Yeah, and I'll pick up on that part where you talked about surrounding yourself with positive folks or just folks who are a support system. And I really get involved in that portion of just it's all repairable. And I found that hanging around folks or being associated with folks who are kind of on the same path or have similar goals, not even really similar goals, their similar goals to mine or to achieve something, that really helps me. But if I'm hanging around folks who are negative all the time, that energy seems to influence me. And so I love just being around positive folks who have goals, who own things. Nothing wrong with complaining, but long as you're owning it at the end and seeing what your responsibility and accountability to those actions are. And then, hey, let's quickly get on the path of how we're going to get retrack, get on the course correct, and do things that's going to keep us on track for our goals. I just love that kind of energy.
I do too, which is why I like hanging around you. So, and research shows that we become like the 5 people we hang around in person and online. So if you're following people online and you're reading that and you notice that you're feeling drained, like, don't follow them. And the same in your own life. If you have people, and sometimes it's family.
Yeah. Yes.
It doesn't mean you have to hang around them as much. Like, surround yourself with people who build you up and believe in you, and that's the path that you'll take.
I made a career change in life. I was working in corrections early on, and it was an environment that really didn't help me. And I felt like it was just draining me mentally, physically, because of the folks I was around and I was becoming. And I chose to move away from that which wasn't a good financial benefit for my family at the time, but it was the right decision for my mental health as well as my physical health. Because the minute I left there, man, my life just changed tremendously. And I think a lot of it was just who I was associating with.
Pay attention to who you're hanging around. Know that failure is part of the process, not the opposite of success. And then know that everything is figure outable. Sometimes it feels like it's not, but it is. And if you can't figure it out, so if I feel stuck, I go and talk to someone. Sometimes it's you, and sometimes you come and talk to me, and we'll figure it out. So know that everything, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment, is figure outable. So looking forward to our event on the 24th and meeting with lots of students and people around campus.
And that's the key takeaway for me, is everything is figure outable. And I think the more we can get folks focused around seeking help, talking with others, the better we're going to be as a world.
Yep. Excellent.